before you go for this video, I have actually taught in Growell class about the UV visible principle and as well as infrared spectroscopy. We'll be uploading that because we have just covered in the class. We are also taking smart class in Google Meet. So please refer those video. Whenever we are talking about lambda max, now always remember in a UV graph we have a lambda versus absorbance graph. Okay. Now it's happened that some compound have a lambda max pretty different than the other compound, which can be like this. Okay, so this is the two different lambda max. This is the lambda max for, you can say this is for A compound and this is for the B compound, or in that case we can also mention it is X and Y. That is better because I will be using this term X and as well as Y. Okay, now before going to calculation of lambda max, one thing you must remember: the lambda max prediction given by Woodward-Fisher rule. Woodward, W-O-O-D, Woodward, W-A-R-D, Fisher rule. The prediction is based on type of chromophore and attached auxochrome. Now the term chromophore and auxochrome we have already discussed in our class. Of course, you can go to our UV visible video. Chromophore are the functional group, okay, which is conjugated double bond in nature, and they impart the color. That's why it is chroma. Chroma means color, okay. And the auxochrome are the functional group which actually helping to impart the color to the chromophore. Auxochrome do not have a color itself, but it can impart the color to chromophore. So we have already discussed in our UV visible video. So before going for lambda max calculation, you must know types of chromophore. The types of chromophore is extremely important. Types of chromophore. Now in this case we have to remember some basic value of chromophore, like if it is homoannular diene. Okay, why homoannular? Because if you can see the double bond, the conjugation, okay, is inside a cyclic structure. Okay, this is known as homoannular structure. Homoannular double bond. The basic value of homoannular diene is 253 nanometer. Basic value 253 nanometer. Then you have this double bond in a two different cyclic structure, which can be known as heteroannular double bond or heteroannular diene, whose basic value is 214 nanometer. Okay, that is the basic value, base value that we have to remember. Now if it is after the diene, you have alpha beta unsaturated ketone, like you have double bonded, okay, alpha beta unsaturated, because alpha beta. So this base value is 215 nanometer. 215 nanometer, where this alpha beta unsaturated ketone can be in a cyclic form, like this structure. You have this is the alpha, beta, gamma, delta and higher. Okay, in this case also the basic value is 215, the same 215 nanometer. But in GPAT, once upon a time it asked the 5 member, okay, 5 member alpha beta unsaturated ketone. That time it was like this is alpha beta. So that time the basic value is only 202 nanometer. So this is the trick. Whatever things you leave, okay, it may come to GPAT. So that's the thing. So 212 nanometer. Now apart from the alpha beta unsaturated ketone and homoannular or diene, you have one more system that is known as acyl benzene. Okay, acyl benzene, you have benzene with acyl group, C double bond O R, where this is known as ortho, meta and para group. Okay, the very important thing is, if R is equal to X, that is halogen, then the value is 250 nanometer. The basic value 250 nanometer acyl benzene. If it is OH, 230 nanometer, that means carboxylic acid, benzoic acid, 230 nanometer. Then if it is OR, that is ester, then the value is 245 nanometer. So these are the things you must know before proceeding for lambda max calculation. Now after this, the moment you know this value, okay, now let us go for solving the one or two sums, because maximum sums we will be solving in our Grovel Smart class, okay, that is we are organizing in GMeet. So if you want to attend, you can communicate with us. So now let us see how we can, solve the structure. Now suppose I have a structure like this, okay, one methyl group at a conjugation, one more increasing of conjugation, double bond. So if somebody tell you that you have to calculate the lambda max for this compound, so first thing is you have to identify it is homoannular, heteroannular, or alpha beta unsaturated ketone or acyl benzene. Okay, so normally if you have a homo and hetero both present in the compound, so what is the difference if you take, suppose now for here the first step is, before I explain the homo and heteroannular if it is present, the first step is you have to circle the conjugation. The first step, okay, you have circled the conjugation, and remember conjugation means alternate double bond, double, single, double. Then I stop over there, because where double bonds end, there is an end of conjugation, okay, and in between two double bonds there is always a single bond, right? Now the minimum conjugation is known as when there is a two number of double bond. This is a minimum conjugation, okay, and after that two double bond, if there is a one extra bond, we call them as extended conjugation. Extended conjugation. And whenever there is an extended conjugation, we have to add 39 nanometer to the base value. So suppose I have taken over here, it is a heteroannular. So heteroannular diene, the value is 214. Okay. So if I go for an extended conjugation, so then I have to add the 30. Now remember this, if extended conjugation, if they are homoannular to each other, if you see this extra one, these two are homoannular to each other, in that case I have to add homoannular features. For that features I have to add 39 extra. Okay, so I'm giving an example when I'm taking heteroannular diene as my basic value. Okay, then extended conjugation I have added 30, then that extended is homoannular to each other, 39, and then let me talk about ring residue. Now ring residue always been the single bond outside the conjugation. So conjugation ends in double bond, right? So after double bond there is one single bond, after this double bond there is one single bond, and after this double bond there is one single bond. So I have the ring residue 15, because 5 nanometer is each. We have to consider the 5 nanometer each value, each ring residue. Okay, then the very important thing is we have a double bond, which is like if we would have the double bond over here, this double bond would have called as exocyclic double bond. Okay, so if you see this double bond also exocyclic to this structure, so that's why exocyclic double bond, it will cost us 5 nanometer. Okay, so if you add up, it will be 303 nanometer. Apart from that, you have anything on conjugation for diene, if it is attached, okay, any substitution, then you have to add plus 5. So total your answer is 308 nanometer, the answer. Okay, so this is the first case to understand by taking heteroannular diene. Now if I take homoannular diene, what will be my basic value? 253. Okay, so I just compare. If you go for homoannular, I have taken. Now I will be adding only extension of conjugation. I will be not adding the homoannular value over here. Because why? Because this double bond is no way homoannular to this two. Okay, so that's why 253 plus I am adding 30. Without the 39 I will be adding same thing. Okay, now you see 214 plus 39, how much is coming? It is coming to 53. So it doesn't matter that if you are taking heteroannular or homoannular, because if you are taking heteroannular, at the end of the day you have to add in 39. If you are taking homoannular, you are already adding and getting the base value of 253. That's the thing. Many people do the mistakes over here. Now after that, if you are going for a substitution of alpha beta unsaturated ketone, suppose you have this structure, okay, alpha beta unsaturated ketone. In this case, we will be only talking about the